Okay, we're now recording. I'm going to share my screen again.
Would it surprise you? I'm going to show you something that happened in my mind, but would it surprise you to realize that you've been programmed not to succeed in network marketing? Would that surprise you? Starting at the age of 2, family, friends, co-workers, religious institutions, your boss, you've been programmed to fit into somebody else's model. So I want to talk to you about how to reprogram your mind. I want to start this event with how to reprogram your mind for success in network marketing. Does that sound like a good idea? All right. You got it? We good to go? Okay, cool. Reprogramming yourself for success. And by the way, this is the fanciest PowerPoint ever, because my nephew did it for me, and he's out working for like Lucasfilms and stuff, so don't think that I put it together, because I didn't, and the rest of the weekend will be very normal. Reprogramming yourself for success. See, here's how this works. If you take a computer and you type a letter, right? But that letter has a typo in it. And then you print out the letter. You see the typo. So you take an eraser and you erase the typo. Right? So you've printed a letter, or you've written a letter, you printed it out, you got the typo, you erased the typo. Success, correct? You're going to go back to the printer and reprint. Typo's still there. How does this happen? So you erase even harder. This will do it for sure. You go to a seminar. This will fix my problem. The seminar. That'll erase the typo. Go back to print, you got the same issue. When you go home, I still got the same issues. At some point, you got to go back to the computer. You gotta, in the programming itself of that letter, you have to change the typo. Then you can print it out and have the result that you're looking for. Does that make sense? See, most of you came to this weekend saying, tell me what to do. I'm here for my to-do list. Tell me what to say, what to do, how to dress, how to, wake up in the morning. Tell me what to do. That's why I'm here, because I want to become a pro. And that's fine. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll focus on activity. If you draw a line in time, what most people will focus on is activity. What to do. And they think if they do that activity long enough, they're going to get a result. Right? Makes sense? And if they get those results, then the clicker will work. Then they can have the lifestyle. So what most people think, activity leads to results, results lead to lifestyle. So I need to correct my activity, and I will if I correct my activity, I will get the results, I will get the lifestyle. That's what this weekend is for. That's what this is all about. If I do this, success is guaranteed. Here's the challenge with that. There are more things than activity. The activity is the printer. Right? It's not the computer. So if you try and fix what's being printed out, Without going back to the computer, you're only going to go so far. Let me show you what success looks like. If you draw success on a chart, success in network marketing, let me show you what it looks like. Doesn't seem to matter, doesn't seem to matter, doesn't seem to matter, doesn't seem to matter, all of a sudden it matters. Let me show you what failure looks like. Doesn't seem to matter, doesn't seem to matter, doesn't seem to matter, doesn't seem to matter, whoa, all of a sudden it matters. That's a chart of what success and failure looks like. In life, in network marketing, in business. But here's the thing, before activity there's something else. Before activity there is your attitude. See, you'll do the activity as long as you feel like doing it. But when you don't feel like doing it, you're going to stop doing it. So in this environment this weekend, you feel like Superman, you feel like Superwoman, you could do anything, it's unbelievable. But you go back and the kids get in the way and somebody says boo and somebody says network marketing, I think you're stupid, you're making a mistake, somebody quits, whatever. And your attitude goes, what happens to your activity? When your attitude goes down, your activity goes where? Down. And there's something before attitude. What drives your attitude? Thoughts. What you think is important. But Jim Rohn would say your philosophy. Based upon your thoughts are going to drive your attitude. Your basic belief system is going to drive your attitude. If it's important to you, your attitude will be good about it. If it's not important to you, your attitude is not going to be so good about it. And before your thoughts, is your programming. There's that computer all the way back there. So if you take a look at all of this in a row, you got programming leads to thoughts, thoughts leads to attitude, attitude leads to activity, activity leads to results, results lead to your lifestyle, right? That's how this works when it comes to developing a life inside of network marketing. That's what it looks like. And almost no one deals with the left side of that line. They deal with the activity. And we're going to give you a lot of that this weekend, but I want you to be thinking about the left side of the line, because the left side of the line is what's going to drive your success. Activity is fourth in line, not first. If you wonder why you cannot stay consistent with your activity, you're mad at yourself, you're beating yourself up because you just can't stay consistent even though you know you should, this is why. Your programming has an error that we need to adjust. And it might just be a typo. It's not that there's something wrong with you. There's just a typo that we need to change so we can get a different output. You've got to fix the programming to fix the errors. So let's talk about what creates programming. What creates programming? This core level. Your family. Your family's going to have a huge impact on your programming. Where you grew up, what was important in your family, your family's belief system, their thoughts about money, their thoughts about success, their thoughts about entrepreneurialism, their thoughts about everything affect you from the age of 2. Are they risk takers? Are they not risk takers? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they not entrepreneurs? Are they 9 to 5? Are they union? Is it a union family? Is it a non-union family? I mean, there's a million things. What's important to that family is going to drive your programming. Here's what else will drive it. Your friends have a huge impact on you. You can't outweigh it. It's just massive. Your friend's belief system will impact your programming. There's no question. Education. The educational system will tell you what you need to fit into, what you need to do, how you need to do it. You need to be part of the matrix. Here's what's good, here's what's bad, draw inside the lines, don't draw outside the lines. Your educational system creates your programming. Your religion, what's good, what's bad. It affects your programming. You have to decide whether that's good or bad. I don't know what it is for you. Your culture. Your culture and media. I'll just leave it up there. Your culture. If you're from Egypt, do you have maybe a different programming mindset than somebody from Australia? If you're from Colombia, you might maybe think a little bit different than somebody from India. If you're from Russia, is that a little bit different than somebody from the United States? Yeah, your culture drives huge amounts of things. You know, you take a look at some cultures that make education a huge priority. Go to India, there's more MBAs in India than there is college graduates in the United States. I mean, you go to the Far East, education, education, education. Some cultures just drive it like crazy. Some cultures don't drive it at all. Your culture, what's important, builds your programming. And the media drives every day. What is important to you? What you should buy, what you should think, how you should act, where you should go, what's cool, what's not cool. You know, talk radio is going to start to influence your programming. The television is going to start influencing your programming. The Housewives of Beverly Hills are going to influence your programming. The Jersey Shore is going to start influencing your programming. Heaven forbid. But it will, whatever you're watching. Constant negative news is going to influence your programming. What are all your inputs? So, laws of association says this. This is why your associations are so important. You're going to become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You're going to become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You're going to walk how they walk, talk how they talk, earn what they're earning, live how they live, read what they read, listen to what they listen to, go where they go, dress how they dress. You want a little test on the laws of association? Take the 5 people you spend the most time with, write down their income, what you estimate their income is. Average it, divide by 5. Add it all up and divide by 5. You're going to come up with a number. If you're not pretty close to that number, give it time. Because you will get close to that number. And I'll give you a secret on your laws of association. And some of the students I've worked with, some of my friends that I've worked with, they took this seriously and they changed their associations. When they changed their associations, they changed their life. The secret is this. You want to be at the bottom of your 5. You want to be in the lowest part of the economic ladder of your 5, the lowest part of influence of your 5. You do not want to have a posse. You do not want to have an entourage. I'll show you what happens when you have an entourage. If you're the most powerful person in the group, it's a problem. Be afraid. You need to be the least powerful person in the group if you want to grow. Here's why. When you do that, these people will pull you up. They'll pull you up. It's a natural byproduct. They will pull you up. The other side is if you're on top, what's going to happen? They're going to pull you down. I'm going to go crazy with this clicker, I'm telling you. They're going to pull you down. They're going to pull you down to their level. It's automatic. This is a law. It's not some concept just thrown out there. Test it. Find out what I'm talking about. Find out if it isn't true. So, one of the reasons why I created Network Marketing Pro was to be one of your 5. To just be a friend, to just be somebody who will challenge you, push you, drip on you instead of negative media, positive influence. Putting together an event like this that'll challenge you, push you, make you grow. You know, if you have one of the audio programs for me to be in the car whispering in your ear, telling you you've got better in you, You've got greatness inside of you. You've got talents and skills inside of you. You can do better. You can grow. That's why, to be one of the 5. But you got to think about the 5. And if you're scared of your 5 right now, there's a couple things you can do. 1, don't spend as much time with people of low influence. Spend a little less time with people who are not bringing you up. Instead of 2 hours, 2 minutes. Instead of 2 days, 2 hours, Be very careful of the time that you're spending because it's having an impact, whether you see it or don't. Influence is unbelievable. I'll give you an example of influence. Come here a second, sir. It's Albert, right? Yep. Hi, Albert. Come here. This is Albert. Say hi, Albert. All right, let's say your goal is that camera right back there.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just one of your 5. Okay? And I'm going to walk with you on that path.
Okay.
And you're going to go to and you're focused on your goal. Okay, I want you to stay focused on the goal. And I want you to start slowly walking towards your goal. Okay? And I'm with you. I say, Albert, there's a really good movie out that we want to see. And keep going. You got your dreams and your goals. And there's this great barbecue place I want to go check out. And do you see this magazine? This really cool magazine. Look what happened to Paris Hilton. It's unbelievable. And look, a bird. I'm just one. Now come here, Albert. You think I'm joking? You think that's not real life? One friend can do that. Turn around again. Now again, I want you to walk and I want you to get distracted and I'm going to be a different friend. Okay? Let's go. No. No. Dude, no. We're going here. Got it? No. Give Albert a big round of applause, will you? So of the
So now what we're going to do is we're going to think about your own 5. So think about who in your life is your 5 people that you would spend the most time with. Write those down.
Tanya, you know that Tammy's still spotlighted, eh?
Oh, is she? Okay, I will unspotlight her.
Go on then. Huh?
Do you want to be spotlighted, Tammy?
I don't mind.
Okay, spotlight is cancelled.
Turn. Grab turns.
She shouldn't be anymore. Right, she's not. So write down your 5.
Well, I'm kind of guessing we don't include children in that.
Well, what we're including people, the 5 people that we would spend the most time with. So if that's your children, Max, then yeah, put them down. And I don't think that you need to be worried about not spending time with your kids, but it's just about how much influence your children are having on you if you're spending a lot of time with them. Because I can say right here and now that I would probably spend a lot of time with my son Gareth. And there's times when I feel like he's not the most influential person on me. So, get really realistic around who are those people. Because obviously if you're in a workplace as well, you might spend a lot of time with your workmates. But are you actually spending time connecting with them? I think that's the thing. I think it's listening to what they have to say, it's connecting with them, it's really believing in what it is that they believe. It's having a similar value base. I think that's where he's coming from. So in a workplace, it's different because you don't necessarily have to sit there for 6 hours of your day, 6 to 8 hours of your day, and listen to what they believe or what they're talking about.
Who do I spend 5 people I spend the most time with? You.
Well, my income's lower than yours.
I think Stephen would be a good influence, Max. Does he earn more than you?
Yeah, he earns a lot more than me at the moment.
Right. Well, that's a good thing. Pete's a good influence for me too. He earns more than me at the moment as well.
I told him he better stop hanging out with me.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I actually think I spend a lot of time with you guys, to be honest. Like actually concentrated time. You know, I have passings by and there's my family, but actual conversations and in-depth things as you guys are kind of my core catch-up people, really. Yeah.
Right. Well, I think that's a good thing if we're earning more than you, Tammy, and we are more, and we're really positive. Do you know what I mean? Like we're a good influence. But if you've got team that aren't such a good influence and not really earning more than what you are, then it might not be such a good thing.
That's all the people I live with. The other people I spend most of my time with. So I'm focusing on the connection with you guys and Kat and people like that, really. Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling too, Tammy. Yeah, the people that I spend most time with would be Nigel and Georgia and Ella now and his dad. And it's like, really the influence ones would be you guys, Katrina, Tanya, Kieran, you guys, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd rather spend more time with you guys than with the other ones right now.
Yeah. So if you guys can all be really, you know, honest with yourself around it. I mean, how many of you have got mostly people who you live with? And can you honestly say that those people are really influential for you? Would they be people that you would want to be like? You'd want to aspire to? And I'm not saying that, you know,
hell no.
If it's your husband, you're not saying if it's your husband, it's, you know, it's a bad thing. But, you know, I mean, even my husband, yes, he has dreams, but he's not as much of a goal-getter as what I am. So, you know what I mean? And I love him to bits and he's great for me, but there's aspects that could be better.
Yeah.
So that's where drawing on, like, you know, Sarah and Tammy touched on, is leaders. So what you really want to be doing is you want to be spending more time with leaders, whether it be leaders in this business, whether it be leaders in the industry, you know, gurus. And if you can't spend one-on-one time with, you know, someone like Kat or Linda or Adam, or anyone else in this business, or even, you know, Eric Warre or Tony Robbins or whoever it is, make sure that you are putting aside time every single day for personal development, for either reading, personal development, either, you know, getting Audible and listening to these people talking, because that's influential. They don't have to be connected with you on a daily basis, but as long as you are listening to what they're saying, that you are connecting with them on that level on a daily basis. And that's sorry,
Tanya. With me, I'm a bit like the others, that most of mine are family, and there's only one person out of that group that actually earns more than me, but she's actually a negative influence, so I actually have distanced myself from that person a little bit. So I'm a bit like Sarah and Tammy, that I tend to probably go on Facebook and yours, Kieran's, Tammy's, Sarah's, Maxine's pages to get that boost, and then go and check out the different websites or posts that you've suggested, as well as Kat, and sort of get my influences from those, because I certainly don't spend a lot of time with those people in person. But yeah, I would be doing that rather than, because as I said, there's only one person there that's earning more than me, and quite frankly,
Do I know that person too?
Sarah knows who it is, but she's
very,
quite
very
negative. Where the
Yeah,
others earn less than me, and my husband, my brother-in-law, and my two sister-in-laws, but they are very good influences, so they are always pushing me to do better and say, hey, look, yes, you can do it, let's do it. If that's what you want to do, just do it. You know, and they've also in a situation where 3 out of those haven't got mortgages, so that's one thing I'm trying to achieve. So yeah, it's interesting how it sort of fits.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing that you've got positive people in your life, but just remember too, do you want to aspire to have to everything that they have in their life? Do you want to have
more than that?
Yeah, that's right. And that's what I'm saying. When I talk about, finding gurus that you love, that you feel inspired by, that you want to be successful, like whether it be leaders in this industry or this company, but just making them one of your 5. I mean, Eric talked about it in his video, how he wanted to be one of our 5, and it really is important. The more that you are listening to them every day, the more that you are feeling inspired, the more that you're growing yourself, because not only is it growing yourself, but it's inspiring you to have the life that they have, or to have more like they have more.
Yeah.
Because on those times where you're feeling like, oh shit, this is too hard, I can't do this, I've lost a customer, or a team member's not doing anything, you plug into them, and then you're feeling really good. And I know, we talk about conference and how amazing conference is, and you get there and you connect with everyone and you learn so much, and it's such a high vibe. It's just an amazing place to be, and you feel amazing and inspired when you walk out, and then it's all over. Plug into your PD every single day, and you'll feel like you're at conference every day. So make them your people that you would most want to be influenced by, and most likely want to spend more time with. So write those 5 people down. Who are those 5 people that, remember, you want them to be earning more than you. They want to be, you want them to have, so it's people that you see that are very successful in their life, whether it be through how much they're earning, what they're doing, what they're contributing, how they're showing up, how inspiring they are. Write those people down, because those are people that you're going to be connecting with every day. I'm writing mine down too. Right, you got them all?
Yeah, I'm realizing I need a whole new circle of friends.
Right, we'll do that,
too.
Max. Do that, because it's the only thing that's going to really push you to succeed.
Yeah, it's funny because I've spent so many years hanging out with homeschoolers and hippies and people with actually a really bad money story.
Time to change that.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about groups that I could join, you know, maybe property investor groups or whatever.
Yep. So have you got any gurus on there, Max, on your list now, your new list?
Oh, do you mean online gurus?
Yeah. Anyone that you aspire to, that you love. I mean, for example, with me, I absolutely love Tony Robbins. I absolutely love Oprah Winfrey, you know, and so those, listening to them every day is really inspiring for me.
Yes, I've got quite a few, but spiritual ones, I've definitely got a few that I do listen to a lot. Not so many of the money ones.
Yep.
I'm
Sorry,
guilty
Tim.
of stalking Tony Robbins yesterday. I was intrigued by just who is he? What does he do? What's his life? And so I decided to have a little just Google.
He's
Yeah.
he contributes so much to the world, Tammy. He's an amazing man. He gives so much of his millions away. He's fed tens of thousands of children who don't get food.
Yeah, I heard that. I watched him talking about that the other day. He's actually came from that background where he was hungry all the time as a child. So now he's got a massive program to feed kids.
Yeah, and that's why I aspire to have, you know, to do what he does, because he contributes so much love to the world. Yes, and money, because he earns so much money, but even in his seminars, if you go to his seminar, he gives so much of himself to everybody that's there. You know, he's such a giving, heart-centered person, and I do love that about him. He'll just keep, that's just who he is, because he's got a really powerful story. Really powerful.
I think a really good testament to a person as well is like what I found interesting was his ex-wife, even though he'd had an affair and things and kind of moved on, they stayed together for his image's sake, for his followers' sake, so that it would hold the business and everything together. And she's still in his business. So she's still, even though things didn't go great, she's still one of his number one supporters and things anyway, even though he upgraded for a younger model. They you know, the friendship was still there, I think. Yeah.
He's a really good connector. So, you know, think about yours. So who have you got on your list? If the people that you've got on your list are people who are like gurus, who are online, you know, who you are inspired by, then make sure that you are following them, that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, that you're listening to their podcast on Spotify, whatever it is, that you have them in your life daily, that you have their Audible books, or that you have their actual books. I mean, I find Audible so easy because I can just plug my earphones in, I can clean my house, I can do my dishes, I can go for a walk, I can hang my washing out, and I can be listening to them. Or I can just be in a moment where I'm feeling a little bit down on myself, and I'll plug it in and I'll listen to their voice, and it will just lift me, really help to lift me. So that's what that really, being conscious of who is good for you in your life and who isn't. And I'm not saying, you know, get rid of all your friends and your family. I'm not saying like, you know, bugger off, I don't want to hang out with you. But it's being mindful of how much time you're spending with them and how little time you're spending with the people or the gurus, or listening to them, who are inspiring to you and who have what you want, or are doing what you want to be doing, or are as successful as you want to be, you know. So making a conscious decision. And thank God, I just want to say, thank God I don't spend any more time with my family, because geez, they bring me down.
Oh, I'd be the number one Asus PlayStationer ever.
Yeah.
I could play Fortnite challenges with the rest of them.
Well, I'd be a drinker. I'd be drinking every day and partying every night. Yep. Yep. Don't want to be doing that kind of shit anymore. So yeah.
For me, it's pointed out how I don't actually have anybody but here, to be honest, because I've been in the batch for the last year and a half, so it's quite lonely, really. So I need to step up my game and put effort into it. I think the only two that would be at work are James and Kath. Now they are entrepreneurs. The whole purpose for being there is because they actually have their own business, and I can reach into that, which is cool. But yeah, it's kind of sad, really.
Well, I think that you would be a really good example, actually, Kieran, because before you moved, you were surrounded by people who were bringing you down in that house, right? Because the amount of conversations we had with you feeling frustrated because you couldn't be who you wanted to be, and you felt like you were being dragged down. And so, perfect example, right?
Oh yeah, but you also, I have a different life as well here versus I can do two things. US, stateside, that's when I was hanging with people that do actually have money and have dreams and laser focus. Yes, it was a crazy industry, and I think that's half of what I've been missing, because I'm still trying to find the people. I mean, I have you guys, which is cool. I found you now, but it's like apples and freaking oranges. I've gone from all of this back down here, and it's like, holy mother hubber, what the hell? Which has caused cataclysmic changes. But yeah, it's a good pointer, like you said, getting back up on the ladder and on the realm.
So, how many of you have got Katrina on your list or Linda on your list? I mean, I have, absolutely. And obviously we can't connect with them every day, but they have trainings. They have recorded trainings. So jump on and listen to them. Or if you've got anyone else who's outside of the, like I have Tony Robbins and Oprah Winfrey. I mean, do you have anyone like that whom you absolutely love? Make sure that you've subscribed to their channel and that you do listen to them, or that you are, you have them on Audible so that you are listening to them. Even if you're listening to the same Audible book over and over again, as long as you feel inspired by it, then just plug into that. And I know if you've got Linda on your list, because Linda, I just love everything about Linda, and I'm so inspired by her. I want to give like she is. I want to contribute like I just think she's amazing. And you can just go, make sure you're in Team Spirit. She's live all the time. She's always on a live in Team Spirit. So
do you know what one thing she does, sorry, I just wanted to add this in here. One thing she does that I really like is she's always got James, or often got James with her. So I often play it around the house, like husband or my son or someone might be around, and they'll actually kind of go, oh, who's that? What? Is her husband with her? Oh, is he doing it too? Oh, he seems cool. Oh, so I really like that, she just slides him in there, and sometimes he doesn't even say anything. He just sits there and hangs out. But it gets the guys noticing too. Yeah. They're a good team. Yeah.
Well, she runs the roost and earns a shitload more than him. But anyway, yeah, they're a good team. I think it's hilarious, actually. But it's amazing. It really shows how far she's come, because he was earning way more than her. He was earning really good money. They were in the States, and he was earning shitloads of money, and they were doing really well. And then he lost his job, and then they had nothing. So they went from earning heaps of money to having absolutely nothing. And so that's when she decided to, grow her business. And she grew her business to earning way more. I mean, she earns, she'd be maybe a couple of million now a year in the business. So, and she's grown that just because she's been hanging around with more influential people. And she talks about that a lot. That her go-to was always Tony Robbins. She's been to so many of his events. She goes almost every year. And that's just one example. But she's always growing herself and always plugging into the gurus in the industry. So yeah, that was really what I wanted to talk about tonight. But I just want you guys to be mindful around making sure that you really are bringing those influential people into your daily routine, and being aware of how much time you're around people who are actually dragging you down, who are actually not inspiring you at all. And even if that's our kids, Max, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, my kids are okay. It's just I feel like kids, you know, you don't have so much choice about how much time you spend around them. So really,
It's just making sure that when you're spending more time with your kids, that you spend more time listening to your Audible or listening to subscribe, you know, listening to your YouTube videos or something. So making sure that you're, okay, I'm spending 3 hours with my girls. I need to spend 4 hours listening to Audible. Do you know what I mean?
they're okay anyway. I feel like I'm the leader in the pack anyway. So, you know, whatever they're doing, it's doesn't influence me too much, really.
But remember, when you're the leader of the pack, it's not necessarily a good thing because you get dragged down. You want to be at the bottom of that pack so that you get lifted up.
Yeah. But you know, they inspire me as well, so it's not all you know, one way.
Yeah. Right, so no, you guys don't have any questions or anything?
No, my phone's dying, so
Awesome.
Can I just say, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody because I have just had a message from Finn and she has been so inspired by everybody on tonight and she can't wait for our call tomorrow, Tanya.
Oh, that's exciting. Yay.
I know. Yeah.
I'm happy for you, honey. That's great.
Yeah. And Kiara said that she's sorry she couldn't make it, but she wants me to send through the recording. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because she had work tonight, so she couldn't get out of it.
None of my invitees even responded to my message, so it's great that they were coming. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, Sharon
lovely.
just messaged me. Sorry, not Sharon. Louise messaged me and said that she had to go early because she's got a little farm that she's running as well. But she really enjoyed getting on tonight, and she will be catching up with our huddle later too.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
awesome.
Just nice to see the team finally getting on and engaging.
Yeah,
and Sharon was trying to make it, but she had a school thing as well. So yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Lovely to see you all, ladies.
Thanks, Tanya.
Welcome.
Thanks, Tanya.
Bye,
Yeah, brilliant.
guys.
Bye.
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 Everyone, nice to see you. Thanks, Tanya.
Bye.